right, guys, the socialist snake oil hack running for mayor in New York, Zohran Mamdani's got big plans for your money and funding his communism. Let's take a look. All right, folks, as I said, he's a socialist hack, and he's probably going to be the mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani. I mean, he is an avowed socialist, and he's out there selling snake oil. None of his ideas work. Well, he was on The View, and he's saying the quiet parts out loud. You know, Zohran, you probably shouldn't say these things. Let's hear what he had to say about your taxes. Play the clip.
So one of the things that I've heard you talk about is making the city affordable for everybody, and that you're going to, put a tax on people who make over $1 million or whatever. But what I want to know
with an exception for Joy.
Think again, my friend. But listen, on day one, why aren't you going to big corporations like Amazon and Google and making sure that they pay what could really help the city raise up and get us where we need to do? Because I need to hear somebody say, because it's the thing nobody says. They say, oh, we're going to make people pay, but they're not clear.
All right, stop.
They came in this.
First of all, Whoopi, he's the mayor. Now, I want you to think about wherever you live. If you're listening to this show, you're watching this little clip, think about where you live. Now, are you going to tell me that your mayor has the ability to go to Apple and to go to Amazon and go to these big, massive corporations and hold them accountable to how they're going to pay? Your mayor, Mayor Betsy, is she going to go do that? Zohran Mamdani is the mayor. We're talking about the mayor. We're not talking about being the governor of the state. He's the mayor. Oh, he can go out there and he can give them a little lip service. But Whoopi wants to know why day one he's not going to make these big corporations pay their fair share. Well, Whoopi, the point is, he can't. He can't. I know you want to put this guy on a messiah-like pedestal because he comes out peddling his stupid socialist ideas and you guys get all frothy at the mouth over it. But he can't do these things that he's going to suggest. Let's watch.
Said we're going to make these jobs, people are going to have these, they're going to have work, but then they had to fight to unionize because they're not getting paid enough.
Absolutely.
So I don't understand why the focus, if the focus is for New Yorkers to be lifted and New York State to be lifted and put in the right perspective, why the focus isn't on the companies that could be doing a lot more for the places have their places, but it doesn't happen.
Instead of the individual.
Stop right there.
Or include.
Stop right there. Okay, so she wants the little wannabe communist to go in there and start telling companies, capitalist, free market economy companies, how they're supposed to do business. And she mentioned New York State like he's got the power to do that. Because, again, these people, they want everything under their thumb. They want everything under their control. So they're going to do everything they can to try, in their mindset, because, again, this is socialism. They want to penalize the companies out there that make the money and provide the jobs and make it harder for them to do work in places like, how many times have companies left, whether it's Silicon Valley or New York, and gone to places where the free market actually thrives? Let's see what old Zohran has to say about this. Play the clip.
Including the individual tax base. You mean corporations should...
As I said, Amazon and Google, corporations who don't seem to pay the same kinds of taxes everyone else pays.
Yeah.
Look, if you were running for mayor, I'd be voting for you. Because I think, Whoopi, to your point...
The reason he said that is because she just spouted a socialist idea, and he likes that. He got a little erection right there whenever she started spouting socialist ideas. He likes that. Ding, ding, ding. The light bulb goes off. Play it.
In this country, it cannot be separated from the level of inequality that people are living through. And one of the key revenue proposals I've put forward, our agenda from the day we started was about freezing the rent for more than 2 million tenants, making the slowest buses in the country fast and free, delivering universal childcare. So no longer would a family pay $25,000 a year just to find childcare for one kid. And what we've said is that two of the main ways we'd pay for it, one of them would be to raise the top corporate tax rate. This is a corporate tax rate that applies to the most profitable companies that do business in the state, like the ones that you've named, to that of New Jersey. So it would just match that of our neighbor, 11.5% that they have over there. By matching our neighbor, we would raise $5 billion a year. And that would be money we could reinvest into working and middle-class New Yorkers' lives so that everyone could afford.
So you don't think that would
Stop
drive
it
them
right
out of
there.
the city then?
No,
So they're gonna nod like a little bobblehead because they have no idea what he's proposing. They literally, the balls are rattling around in their skulls. They have no idea what he's proposing. And I don't know what his little finger ring is. There's little Wonder Twin powers ready to activate, little gay ring he's got going right there flat. But listen, Zohran, what you're suggesting you can't do. You're the weird utopia that these people are trying to create. It doesn't exist. Play the clip.
The nature of our tax law is that applies to any business doing business here. They could be headquartered in Miami, but if they're doing business here, it applies to them. And the reason that I believe they'll keep doing business here is because this is one of the largest economies in the world. Right. Everyone wants to be here.
And
all right, so let's get into it. Because what he's trying to do is he's trying to figure out a way to pay for his little communist playground, and they're playing along with it. And the way he wants to do it is he says he's going to raise corporate taxes. He says he's going to jack up income taxes, and he's going to and these people, all the people on the View, they're going to clap for it. Here's the problem. The mayor of New York City has absolutely zero power to do any of that. Zero, none. It's not his job. It's not in the description. It's not his authority. It's not in the city charter. This man is literally promising to do things he cannot legally do. And you know what that's called? It's called gaslighting. It's called lying to your face, banking on you being dumb enough not to know how government works. This isn't policy. It's propaganda. Propaganda is how socialism works. He's not proposing solutions. He's performing theater here. It's bad theater at that. And imagine, I mean, we should suspect and expect the morons on The View to swallow that hook, line, and sinker. But now, if you will, I want you to imagine with me a clown out there juggling knives, only the knives are the taxpayers' money, and the clown keeps dropping those knives. That's Zohran Mamdani. You've got to see through this, folks, in New York. And here's the truth. If you want to raise corporate taxes or income taxes, you go to Albany, New York, not City Hall in New York City. You go to Washington, not Gracie Mansion. But Mamdani doesn't want to govern. He wants to grandstand. He doesn't want to solve problems. He's trying to posture, and he's couching it in these brainwashing terms that at the end of the day is communism on crack. It's the socialist playbook. You inflame class warfare. You make the big companies and the Amazons and all those guys, they're the bad guys. You get everyone mad at the rich, and you promise them pie in the sky. And when it all comes crashing down, what do you blame? You blame capitalism. I shouldn't have to say these things. New York City is not some monopoly board where you just pass go and collect $200 and rewrite the rules. New York City is already taxed into the freaking ground. People are leaving in droves. They're fleeing. Businesses are leaving. Families are packing up, moving to Florida and Texas and Tennessee. And the reason why is because they're sick and tired of being bled dry by these left-wing ideologues who think government is a bottomless ATM machine, and Mamdani wants to double down on that. No. You can't. And here's and it goes a whole lot deeper than that, because it's not just about money. As I said, it's about control. When he says raise taxes, what he means is take more of your freedom. When he says corporations need to pay more, what he means is small businesses are going to suffer. When he says income tax hikes, what he means is I'm going to squeeze the working man even harder, because here's the deal. Corporations don't pay taxes. You do. They pass their costs right down to you. Prices are going to go up, wages are going to stagnate, jobs are going to leave, and the result of this communist garbage is a dystopian nightmare. And you know the kicker? He knows it. He knows he doesn't have the power to raise taxes. He knows it will never happen from the mayor's chair. But that's not the point. The point is to get you angry, get you divided, get you untrusting, to get you voting for him out of spite. It's manipulation 101. Stir up the resentment, weaponize the ignorance, and pretend to be their savior. And in reality, he's selling you bankruptcy and calling it justice. If Mamdani actually believed in his own ideas, he wouldn't be running for mayor. He'd run for governor. He'd run for Congress. He'd go where the tax code is written, but he doesn't. You know, reason why is because he's not serious. He's not a policymaker. He's a propagandist. He's a performance artist who's cosplaying as a leader. And the sad part is there are people who are nodding their heads and clapping their hands and saying, yes, soak the rich, stick it to the man. F the corporations, and they're going to vote for him. And, should be held accountable, the people who've given him a platform like Joy and Whoopi and all the other morons on that show. And I'll give you a little economic lesson. You didn't ask for it, but I'm going to give it to you. When you soak the rich in a city like New York, they don't get wet. They leave. They take their businesses, their employees, their tax base, and they go to Miami or Dallas. And guess who's left holding the bag? You guessed it. Now, the insanity of the left, they're going to tell you that we're going to make the wealthy pay their fair share. I'm so sick of that phrase. But their policies, it hits you. It hits the middle class. The middle class gets screwed in this country. Always. And you know who suffers when the property taxes go up? It's not the billionaires in the penthouse. It's the landlord in Queens who has 3 tenants that suddenly can't make ends meet. You know who suffers when corporate taxes go up? Not the CEO. He's sitting pretty with a golden parachute. He's got offshore accounts. It's the workers at the corner deli who are getting laid off because the boss can't keep the lights on. That's who's going to pay the price. And then douchebag Mamdani, he doesn't care because in his world, everything's a fantasy. Money grows on trees. You just print more of it. The government is God, and all you have to do is hand over your freedom in exchange for security. But it never freaking works that way. Not historically ever. Not in economics ever. Not in reality ever. Every single time socialism has been tried, it's failed from Venezuela to Cuba to the Soviet Union. The outcome's always the same: shortages, suffering, and state control. So New York, wake up. Shortages, suffering, and state control. That's what you're going to get. You guys remember COVID? It sucked, especially in New York City. You guys are begging. You're begging for a short leash. You're begging to be collared with this guy. He wants to bring that model, all this crap of what did I say? Shortage, suffering, and state control. He's bringing it to New York City. That's what he's proposing here. You're drowning in crime, filth, homelessness, debt. You got small businesses that can barely hang on. Regular folks can't afford rent. Instead of fixing the potholes, instead of cleaning up the crime in the streets, instead of restoring law and order, he's going to sit there like Karl Marx light. And the bottom line is, don't buy the con. Listen to me. Don't fall for the gaslighting. The mayor of New York City can't raise corporate taxes. He can't raise income taxes. If Zohran Mamdani tells you he can, he's a lying piece of shit, period. And if he's willing to lie to you on the campaign trail about something that basic, imagine what he's going to do when he gets power, when he gets in office. Imagine what kind of power grab he's going to attempt while he's sitting in that chair. So, folks, wake up. That's all I'm telling you. Wake up. I can't say enough. These people aren't here to serve you. They're here to rule you. They're not here to lead you. They're here to control you. And if you don't call them out, if you don't reject their lies, New York City, boom, finished. So, hey, Mamdani, stop pretending you're a mayoral candidate when what you really want is to be a socialist dictator. Stop promising powers you don't have. Stop insulting the intelligence of the people of New York, because we see through you. We see the scam. Nobody's buying it. They shouldn't be buying it, but damn, people are stupid. It's lunacy, manipulation. The only thing you're going to get, the only thing you're going to raise, I should say, if he gets into office is the rate of people fleeing New York City. All right, guys, like and subscribe, rate and review, click the thumbs up, leave us a comment down below, follow me on social media at Watch Chad. Join us for the chat. Pray the show in the early mornings before the noise. Let it sink in, folks. Send this video to everybody you know in New York City as a warning. I love you guys. God bless you. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.